There you go. I'm going to sound muffled because I got my mouthpiece on here. There you go. There's the first one. You can see how far down we went on both sides there. 6-inch overlaps. There's what is that? Probably 10 feet. And then the front we went a bit long on the overlap because well, that's just the way it worked out. The stuff will stretch as you let it down. The more you're careful with it when you're handling it, the less it will stretch and pull apart. You can see how well that worked out up there. Real nice. That's fucking textbook right there, actually. And so as we went, if we saw that our resin was starting to change color to brown, that means once it goes like dark brown, don't waste your time trying to use it to flood coat your pieces or wet your pieces down. Just flood coat everything around you, because if you wet that piece down with brown resin and then put new stuff on top, it won't work. So you can see I flood coated everything as I went, just because as the batches kicked off, we just didn't want to waste it. In other applications, if you pull your keel board out like I did in the dirty ore, I would actually pour the excess down the keel, and then I'd put a 6-inch strip in there, and we just did that the whole way up. So basically we made a fiberglass keel board for the dirty ore just to prevent waste, and it was a lot easier. Also, if you've ever done one of these boats and you have a pod, you'll know that the water net, it's always on one side of that keel board, so that worked out really good on that boat. We're going to take a break here. We got this one laid up. I got everything cut for the outer, the secondary. We'll get that one done. Once we get that one done, the reason we're going to do it that way is because I want to come up to about here on the secondary and come down to here, roughly. And then my next one will be from here all the way down, up, and across and up. I'm going to try that in a one little piece there. See how difficult it is. There's a lot of moving parts in doing it that way, so we might do it in 2-foot chunks instead of 3-foot chunks. I don't know, or I might just lay one. I don't know, I don't want to waste anything, and I don't want any air, and the longer pieces that you get, the more you try to do in one go, the likelier it is that you're going to get air in there and you run out of work time. So ideally, when you come down and across, probably what I'll do is I'll come down across to here, and then I'll do this one down and across to there, so that I only got 2 radiuses per layup. The more radiuses, obviously, the harder it's going to be to push the air out. So that turned out really good. You can see a little bit of air right there. That's how you can tell if you got air. We don't care about that because this is going to get sawed all right out of there. And then we'll do layup on that. But that's not air, that's the Bondo. But you can see all the radiuses worked out really well. I'm really happy with how that turned out up there. We don't got any grinding to do. Maybe a quick sand on the 60 with by hand. And that's perfect, guys. That's textbook. So that's what you want to end up with. This is what I mean. That looks exactly the same as that. Nothing changes now for days. So I'm going to go over to my buddy's house, let that kick off real good so that when I come back, nothing's sticky. And I can lean on this to do that one. I always prefer to do the inside one first. Don't ask me why. I think it's because I like to have the inside come up over top of the secondary. But I got to get out of this boat. Even with this wrist grader on, it's not much fun. So we'll get back at you in a little bit here, guys.